Okay, so let's return to the ordered um, traditional time timeline we used, perhaps in the part with Sherika, and then I was thinking to move into. We'll see how we'll call it. You can offer your feedback, of course. The hospitality or travel and tours, whatever, because this is where I work and this is where many things happen, irrelevant or not. Judging on the audience we have, it's phenomenal. It has, paraphrasing the idiot in the White House, we had the largest crowd. We have, he was speaking as soon as he started. Termina with his job. He lied about the crowd. I mean, Obama had done. It doesn't even matter, but twice, three times as many people attending his inauguration. But the idiot and his men and women said no. He had the largest crowd. He's the best president ever. That's what they say. Well, for the idiots, the biggest idiot is the best. Yes, that's for their crowd. So let's finish with a much-awaited story of the police raiding. So the police raided my room in the Karaman Hotel 3 episodes ago, something like that, thinking they would find cash, dollars, which were illegal. They didn't. They found some sunglasses, and they are from the West. You're getting this, and left tail between their feet because there was nothing. Ah, I forgot to mention this. I think I told the reception, look, you. I didn't say you called and you called the guys, and that's ugly. He wanted me meant to put me in jail anyway. But I said, look, in the English language, when they say you, two ways, two way, you can refer to two things. There's you, just you, singular, okay. But they also, as opposed to us, we have two forms, and the French too. We have you singular and you voi, many of you. For this man who came and said about the money, I have this money from you, it could mean you, just me, but it could mean you Romanians, you the tourist office, you locals, you whatever. So next time you think about this, take it into consideration. Something like that, along these lines. I don't remember what exactly I said, but I mentioned something like that in the reception. Moved on. The money were with a delegate. I tried as much as I could to avoid having anything on me before and especially after this incident. Aware now that it's very close. It can happen anytime, and they can take me to prison. And forget me there, because I didn't have. I mentioned in some of the previous episodes that some people. There's a fat guy who owns an agency, one of the biggest here. I wonder how he's doing. He's not doing very well now because of the pandemic. And he was connected. Most were connected. I wasn't. They came to me to give names or do something. And all I did was, such a nice guy that I am, I said the nicest things about those I dislike most. I mean, I said they're very good, all. And I said they're very good, those whom I thought are fucking idiots or despicable. So that's the way it worked. But I didn't have a backing or anything. So this is quite funny, and this is the connection with Sherika, more precisely with her mother, comes in. So knowing I have to take this money eventually because the delegate will termina will leave. I said I called. She was my friend. Sherika. I talked to her. How are you? I'm here with this, and this is what happened. Police and so on. And I didn't ask for that. I mean, I couldn't. Who could say that? Let me put you in the line of fire. Mother heard, and she offered. Madame Andronescu. She said, okay, she'll meet with me. Indeed, she worked not far from it, but that was something. I mean, this was a special family. And I was such a fucking moron to... Well, I mean, I didn't really cut off like... Well, I cut off as you cut off. As my wife is telling me, she's talking to 2 agents. She wants to sell the house. These guys will be in fucking trouble because I don't know how it will work out. But I decided not to get into this now. We'll see tomorrow if I'm feeling again moody, depressed or what. I may return to this line of fire. But the basic why I digressed is because yes, there's no way when you break up, you break up. It's not well, you can make it with a big scandal and riot, I guess. Or with that, we didn't have a riot with Sherika, but it wasn't, I was going to say it wasn't nice, or anyway, separation. It couldn't be. It wasn't divorce Italian style. Mamma mia, ma scalzone, ma che cazzo, ma in the street. It wasn't. They were too noble for that. Okay, so mother offers to meet me at the Metropolitan Church, at the Patriarchy. The idea is this: in the city tour, this was included. You take them up the hill near Union Square, and you show them this is the church, and this is where they have the relics, and there's a lot to say there. And the relics have been stolen. There's a story, and then because Saint George, and because he had a curse or the magic, he made those who stole moștele, he made them move around in circles and things like that. Something with Bulgaria, they couldn't sell them or whatever. And this is what I told them also, the differences between the church as they know it in the West, how they sit on benches, and and then the difference between the East and the West in terms of architecture developed in the East more with cupolas on the horizontal line, and then on the vertical with sharp angles in the West, and as we will see when we cross into Transylvania, or as we've seen, and so on. And Sherika's mother was waiting for me in the church, which was on the itinerary. And like you see in some of those Bourne Identity movies, or James Bond, of course, without the action, without the car chase, just one of those passing of the notes. I looked around to see if some agent is watching from the police of Sinaia or something, and I passed the envelope with whatever it was, how much we changed and how much was my share. I don't know, $200 or 150 pounds, 300 pounds, who knows. And then bad things happened to continue with this thing, with this idea. I remember, I don't know if this money or other, but I had to pass it on quickly to do something, not to keep it. So it was either Marius Jäger, if you remember, my only viewer, the only one who's seen this in the Marius Jäger series. This was the Jewish German Romanian friend. I hesitate because I don't know what citizenship he had exactly then, and what he has now. We considered him one of us, friends to some extent. He stole my girlfriend, I think, in a way, but maybe it's because I was anyway saying goodbye, going to get married in Britain to escape this gulag. Anyway, so in this situation, other situation, most times I dealt with Marius. I mean, I kept the money with him. He had anyway a foreign passport, so a German passport, so he was allowed to have dollars, Deutschmarks, whatever. But in one situation, I worked after the British, maybe, with a bus with Americans or some other nationality. I think they were Americans. And the bus was German, with a German driver. And I said to the driver, please take this money, $100 or so. And next time you come, you're telling me you're coming again, okay. So next time you come, bring me some videotapes with some movies. And then, if you can, yes, I can, some coffee. And this is what 4 or 5 things, maybe some cigarettes, what's easiest for you and for the rest of them. And he brought me 3 tapes. I mean, I gave him $100 and he gave me back 8 or so. And okay, goodbye. Don't make a fuss. He knew. I mean, I was in his case, so he would nothing would happen to him. But I would go to jail if I made a fuss and say, well, but I gave you 100. And the police will immediately, what, you accusing me of taking 100 from you? And then, okay, come with us. So, yeah, well,